Welcome to Grade Pending, the show where we review movies, TV, shows, and all kinds of media and things. We got our unique grading system. Today we're going to review Dune, the new version, the 2021 version. Um, Spoiler alert for anyone who haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? To talk about it, we got to talk about it. So if you haven't seen it yet, pause this, go watch it for 2.5 hours, then come back and finish watching this. We're gonna do our individual reviews first, and then as always, we'll come back together and converse as a group. So
So I ain't gonna front. I did attempt to watch this on Saturday, fresh off of a nap, and I went right back to sleep. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't even make it past an hour. I couldn't even make it past 45 minutes before I fell back asleep. It was singing like Sinatra. But gave another chance before this review, and I finished it, and I felt it was a meh to me. To me, it was a meh. Like, considering that I fell asleep the first time watching it, like it's even better that I didn't get the trash. Now, granted, I get the story was written before Star Wars, and no coincidence I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt, but it felt like Star Wars, but everything had like similar takes from it. So maybe Lucas stole from it. I don't know. I don't care. I've seen those movies. I've seen those stories. I've seen those comics. I've seen those cartoons come out. So sorry, you just got beat to the punch. And made for a better story. This story is all right. It felt like the kid was supposed to be the chosen one. Dude levitating, forgot his name. He looked a whole lot like Jabba the Hutt, but I guess he's like Palpatine, whatever. Anyway, it felt like a wannabe Star Wars movie, but sleepier. And I give it a meh.
So going into the movie, I wasn't sure what to expect. I don't know if like many people seen the original. I've seen the original recently, like over the last 3-4 months, because I was like, you know what? Let me catch up with the original, see what the original is about before I watch this one. And the original is a weird fucking movie. I know it's made back then, but it's still a weird fucking movie. But I was like, you know what? This one looks like commercials look good, has some good actors in it. I'm a big Oscar Isaac fan. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll check it out. Watching it, first, the cinematography is amazing. It's a beautiful movie. The minute the first few scenes happen, I was like, I cannot wait to see this in 4K. So it's definitely a beautiful movie. The movie itself, though, it was good. I did like it. I was hoping for some reimagining, changes, the spice thing. I feel like for us now, they made maybe in the 60s that would have made sense, but for us, something, a special resource, a mineral, something would have made it a thing. And one of those would have made it something. But other than that, the movie itself, I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty cool. that special guest. I thought some things were fun, like some of the characters' names and stuff. I was hoping, like I said, reimagining, besides changing just the spice thing, changing around names, the whole, Duncan and Jessica and Paul is I expected a little something different, but the movie itself wasn't bad. I was surprised to see it as a part one, but then once the movie was done, I was like, all right, I can see how it works. And I'm happy to see it got greenlit for, part two. But I overall liked it. I can't wait for it to come out to watch it again on my 4K TV, watch it, 4K, see how that touch-up does. But I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a dope. I didn't think the 2 hour and change runtime was hard to sit through. The kid who played Paul, I could be wrong. I don't know what I've seen him in, but I don't remember him from anywhere particular. But I didn't think he did a bad job. But like I said, I enjoyed it. I'll give it a low dope.
You fools! This is cinema. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, so Dune. This was my most anticipated movie of the year because of the director. Denis did Blade Runner, Prisoners, Sicario. That man's a beast. He rarely fucking fails. Arrival's only one that I wasn't crazy about, but people love that movie. So I was expecting this to be. Then I saw the cast. I love Timmy Chalamet. I love Oscar Isaac. I love everybody. Every badass dude that ever acted is in this movie. I was like, this is gonna be fucking insane, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It was good, but the whole time I'm like, as soon as the credit hit, the intro credit said part one. I was like, fuck, no way, dude. Like he's crazy because part two wasn't guaranteed. And I was like, fuck. I didn't now, unlike John, I didn't read the book, I didn't look at the other movie. I was like, I'm gonna go in blind. I only saw the trailer once, the first trailer, and that's it. Then the media blackout. Every time they played in the theater, I would cover my eyes and fucking hear the shit. So I was just trying to experience it as best possible. The costumes were fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. The cinematography, like John said, was fucking crazy. The audio was the sound design. Zimmer did it, and he wasn't lazy this time. He did a fucking great job with the score. All those things bring it up to me for it to be. I want to give it a dope. But it wasn't. I thought for sure this is gonna be the first awesome that I give of the year, but it wasn't. It wasn't. As the movie was getting towards the end, I'm like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to be, this could have been a TV show. This should have been a TV show, or this should have just been the full like Snyder cut, even though it would have bombed horribly if they did like a 4 or 5 hour cut of this thing. And I felt bad because I know they were teasing the shit out of Zendaya, and I know there's like people wanting her to see Zendaya, and she wasn't really in the fucking movie. She was fucking like in a music video. Like she wasn't even really there till the end. So I was like, oh man, this is not going to do well. This is going to bomb. I'm not going to get part two. I'm very upset. But let's say we're getting part two. So I expect part two to be a lot better than this one, but I still give this a dope for all the visual achievements, for the sound design, for it's a lot to introduce, a lot of lore, a lot of heavy shit. To Jared's point, this is Star Wars, but this came first. Star Wars stole it from this, but Star Wars came out. There's been 9 Star Wars movies, so you know we've seen this shit. So I get why it's like, eh, but I respect it, and I think it's dope. That's my grade.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not big on epic sci-fi fantasy movies. I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings. You know, I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones. So whenever there's a house of and dragons and monsters and things like that, I'm never really big on those type of movies. So I didn't have high expectations for it. I watched it. I can't say it was bad. You know, I was able to get through on the first sitting, unlike Jared. It's just like I said, the type of movie is not for me. It's it's dialogue heavy. It's very stretched and drawn out. Beautiful movie. I think it looked great. The scale of everything, you felt like things was big, epic. Like, you know, the design, the way that they looked with the shields, the way that they're fighting and stuff. Like I thought it was a beautifully done movie, well acted, all that. It's just not my type of movie. It's not something I'm gonna watch again. It's a long draw, and like I said, it's not boring. I didn't fall asleep. I wasn't bored. It's just a long, drawn out movie. And then, like to others, because when they promoted the movie, it was Dune, Dune, Dune. Then when the movie started, it said Dune Part One, and I was like, oh, okay, didn't see that coming. All right, thought this was gonna be Dune. Like I didn't know that, and I heard of it before. I didn't know there was multiple parts or anything like that. I just thought this was Dune, so I didn't really know, But he stretched the story out. I think the actors did a great job. I think it was beautifully done. The music was good. It's just like I said, this type of story was in this house of them and this thing, the treaty, and it was interesting to me when I heard them say, colonizers fighting over spice. I was like, Christopher Columbus, maybe. All right, well, we're not gonna go into that history, later, another episode. But to me, like I said, I'm gonna say it's meh, and that's not to hate on the movie. It's just not my type of movie. Still, better than most. And I think these are the type. I think this is what Snyder wants to do for comic movies. This is what Zack Snyder tries to do with the comics. This was this type of movie, or not a book turned into it. I think he did a way better job than a lot of those Zack Snyder epic movies. I think comic movies shouldn't be like this. This type of movie is how this is supposed to look. I think those comic movies, Snyder just not the one right for that. Maybe you should try some sci-fi fantasy movies. Maybe that's just my thought. Maybe you should try that. But I'm going with a man.
A lot of sand in this movie.
A lot of sand. There's a
Lot
monster
of
that
spice.
looks like a butthole.
A lot of spice. The worm, sir.
Why does
The
that monster
worm.
look like? Why does that monster look like that?
That's what the worm looked like. Why did that? What are you gonna do? That's what worms
Why?
look like.
Why?
What do you want?
And it
You'll
pulsated.
find out in part 2.
That was very
Find out in
awkward.
part 2.
It pulsated.
I mean, what did you guys expect the worm to look like though?
That's a worm.
Well, the original one was like a 3-mouth. It was a monster with a mouth. This one didn't have a mouth. It looked like a butthole.
Well, you know,
That was all teeth.
That was all teeth.
Yeah.
Or it was. Never mind.
So what
You know
happened
what
was
those
that
look
Paul
like.
watched it on a TV and not on the big screen. So that's what's going on. Did you watch
And
it
I
on
was
your
going
phone?
to, and then
Watch it on your
I'm glad I
iPad? Where'd
didn't.
you watch it?
I watched it at home.
What?
And
You
like
would
I
have fell
said, to
asleep
me,
comfortably though.
I didn't fall asleep. No, Jared fell asleep. Jared knocked out. I watched it straight
pass
through.
the fuck out, man.
It-
That was shit.
like I said, it didn't bore me, but it's just like I was just watching it. It was just on. Nothing about it excited me.
I'm
Man, it was
honestly
like-
shocked. I'm shocked about the Jared passing out thing because this motherfucker took 2 hours and 47 minutes of double seven to the face back to back on a Tuesday
That's
and
what
a
I'm
Wednesday.
saying.
On a Wednesday
That's
and a
what I'm
Thursday.
saying.
So how you gonna be like you gonna fall asleep? Why? Because
That's what I'm saying. That shit bored me, yo. It was like Ted DiBiase was right there. It gave me the $1 million dream as I was trying to watch it.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
That's wild.
And I was like,
Now, I'm curious because Paul made it clear, even though the protagonist is named Paul, somehow he didn't like the movie, but whatever. Paul made it clear that he don't fuck with sci-fi. Jared, do you watch Game of Thrones or you don't fuck with that either?
I like sci-fi and fantasy things, but I never saw a full season of Game of Thrones. But I know enough of it. I probably would like Game of Thrones if I watched it. But
And the funny thing is, I'm only excited for Eternals because of its MCU connection. But the Eternals movie seems like it's gonna be very similar to this, so that's why I'm like,
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
I'm not hyped about it, but I'm like the connection. Though. I hope the connection to the rest of the universe is what'll really, be the buy-in.
Eternals got that gay going though. Don't forget.
Whoa.
Excited for that.
But I'm a little confused though, Paul. Not to change the subject, but you used to always harp on me like with Star Wars because I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Isn't that a sci-fi family house thingy like? Yeah, Skywalker and this.
Yeah, it's more of a Western. It's more action type excitement than it is story. Like this one is story driven, lore and mythology and history. Whereas Star Wars is this person. Yeah, it's just that's it. There's not more to explain. This
there is lore to it because of the
There
Force.
is, but the movies don't go into it. There's other books. There's other things that
Is
really
it because
dive in
Sam
deeper.
Jackson was not cast? If you had a dude with a purple lightsaber, would that change how you feel?
Possibly.
But no, like I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the movie except for like I liked how the way they changed it around. I was surprised to watch, and again, it's supposed to be spoilers. You should have watched it already. I'm surprised to watch how many of the main stars were bodied.
Oh yeah,
immediately. Like,
yeah,
get them out of here.
Like, I think who's left? Batista and the main kid and Zoe.
It's this kid,
So MJ
Javier Bardem should hopefully have a bigger role in the sequel.
Of course,
Yeah,
my boo thing.
Yeah.
But to not get a Batista, Jason Momoa theme, like that was a waste of time right there.
Jason Momoa.
I can't pronounce that shit. I don't care.
Jason
fight me.
Momoa.
Just
You
say
said Jared
Aquaman.
Momoa.
Look, it's Aquaman, MJ, Thanos was in there. Apocalypse.
How short is Thanos, bro? What's going on, man? Watching him fucking try to run.
Oh, Star Wars.
También.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know, man.
Wow.
I really wasn't expecting it to be number one. I really wasn't expecting. It had everything on against it. It leaked a week early. It was on fucking HBO Max, and it still somehow made money. People still wanted to see it. Probably
a lot of people looking forward to
Zendaya.
it. A lot of people looking forward to the movie. A lot of people like you said, this was like the most anticipated because it was supposed to come out last year, right? It was supposed to come out last year.
Yes, sir. It got
So
delayed just like
this and
everything else.
Bond were like
The two big
anticipated
ones.
movies. Surprisingly, Bond didn't do as good, but a lot of people are looking forward to these movies. So
That bums me out about Bond.
I'm glad. Like I said, as we're recording this, they just announced that they did greenlight part 2, and they've also announced that they're going to do a prequel, which is going to give the backstory to the witches. I forget their name, the witch ladies.
That's cool. I didn't see that. Who's doing
Yeah,
that?
they announced it's going to be but it's going to be HBO Max, I guess,
Oh,
like
okay.
a series.
I thought that deal was over.
I didn't hear no more. From what I heard, they still announced that they're going to do that prequel to cover the witchcraft lore and how the voice comes about and dive deeper into that.
I agree. It could have been tighter to wake Jared up. It could have been a little tighter. It didn't have to be because they definitely like, all right, we're walking in the sand and then we're walking in the sand and then we're walking in the sand. But that's just what it is. That's how the book was written. So Denis was as faithful as possible. But I saw him speak about it today. If he got a part 2, that's where he can go crazy with the action and the. I think that'll be more Star Warsy again. That came first, but
and that might be better. It might if it has more.
I think it'll be better. And then
this was
the
origin.
You got to imagine it's gonna be 3 hours, so that's like 6 hours to the face if you want to do the complete thing. Which
yeah, this was the origin story. That now that we got it, it's like okay, get right into it.
But
you
if
gotta
they
fight
do
for our
the
land
origin,
and it's spice and so it should be some fighting, some action.
But if he gets them to flow together perfectly, it's not that bad to watch together. Because like I'm not everyone's a fan of it, but I enjoyed the remake of it, and I watch them regularly back to back. Sometimes that's 5 hours right there.
You're out
I
of your
watched
fucking mind.
Endgame and Infinity War and Endgame back to back. I could do that.
Speaking of out of their mind, I heard your little comment. I'm surprised. I thought Arrival was one of the best movies. I thought Arrival was one of the best movies of that year. I thought Arrival was phenomenal.
Maybe I gotta watch. Maybe I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, I gotta see what else came out that year.
Because Amy Adams' face. Amy Adams' face bothers me. So maybe that's it. She's a horrible Lois. But
I
I'll
understand
try
that.
it again.
I understand that. That makes sense. But that movie had me like, oh shit, and in tears in the beginning, and it was like, and I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Paul, that was my number one movie for that year on Hands of Time.
Was it? What year that came out? We was
so.
doing that then?
2018.
That was 2018.
When you first started the show, man, you just did a highlight thing. You don't remember? It's fucking bum.
I didn't go through every clip. But it's on the website. 2021vision.com is live. Since we're talking about it, you know what I mean? 82021vision.com, right?
I'm hyped for the second one. I seen it got a date already. It's October 2023, I think.
Yeah.
So,
You got 2 years. You got 2 years, man.
Yeah.
That goes by quick.
Fucking make some crazy shit. And if all the actors are still alive in real life, should be good.
Well, all the main actors is dead. It's gonna be a whole new cast. So
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You still got
Russian.
Harvey Bardem, and you got what's her name? Zoe, whatever.
Zendaya?
Zoe.
Zendaya.
Yo, this guy's on
Zendaya,
drugs
thank
today.
you.
Bro.
MJ.
Jason
Yo, drug test
Momoa.
this man.
Zendaya is
Drugs-
one name. She got
Drug
one name.
test this man. Yo.
It's like
What did Ben
So
do
who's
to
in the
you?
movie longer? Who's in the movie
I got
longer? Zendaya
Batista,
or
right?
Drax? Who was there longer?
That's
Zendaya
true.
or
That
Batista?
runtime was very
Well,
good.
Like-
though.
you hear Zendaya's voice through the movie. You hear her voice throughout the movie. So
She don't even really talk. She just stares. Wear fucking contacts.
well, she's in his ear when he has the dreams, and then it's the old lady talking to him more.
Spice
Than,
Dream.
and then she pops back up.
That
so-
Spice thing, I agree that it's fucking silly, but that's what it was back then.
Shout
I
out
agree
to
that
Columbus.
could've
and-
he should have
that part.
updated it. He should have changed it to like a mineral or like something. Spice. I think it's Spice World. I don't know. Spice World's a good movie though. So
Well,
I'm looking for the posh.
Ginger Spice all day.
yeah, you're right.
So
Do we all agree? This is very important to end the Dune thing. Which Spice Girl? We're all ginger. Or
that's
you
when
got a
y'all
couple
want to
babies?
wrap it up.
It's
Are you
definitely
some
Ginger
scary
Spice.
boys? What are you saying? Posh? Jared, you a posh guy? What's going on?
I'm a posh person.
Wow.
I'm a posh person.
I am shocked.
Nah, I can't.
Ginger?
The blank face. I can't deal with the blank face. You just
But ginger.
like nah.
I mean, I like them all, but I mean, I'm a posh person.
Even
Scary
40?
too. I don't think.
We're old enough that we saw that craze. Like we saw.
Yeah, we're really
like,
grown ass men talking about.
We all
Spice
saw
Girls.
Spice World in theaters, right?
I did
We
not
all
see
saw
it in
Spice World
theaters. No, I did not pay for a
I
ticket.
definitely did.
I-
I definitely did,
I
bro.
actually saw it in
You didn't-
theaters.
Thank you, Jared. That's what you
So,
want. 007 and Spice World. It was a great
Wait,
year, right?
wow.
Spice up your
Isn't
life.
that, isn't that a real thing? Otto, were you old enough? Like,
Yeah,
I thought we were like
I was. I
young,
went with my
like
little
12,
sister.
10.
I went with my little sister. What's your point?
I mean, it
I
wasn't
wanted to spice
R-rated.
up my life,
nothing.
John. I wanted to spice up my life. Did you see those platforms?
my mom took
I've never seen Spice World ever.
Wait, your mom took
I
you
don't plan to.
because you wanted to go or because she wanted to go?
I guess she thought I wanted to go. But I saw it.
Well, Jared had all the dolls, so the least you could do is go fucking see it.
Mm-mm-mm.
John, you really haven't seen it? I'll lend you the Blu-ray. I mean, yeah, I'll lend you the Blu-ray.
Wow, got the Blu-ray. Wow,
They don't have it in 4K yet.
So are you looking forward to the remake? if
No,
they
oh,
make
yeah,
one,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
they remaking everything else. So
Posh said no. Posh said she don't want to do it.
Oh.
Yo, this Dune conversation is wild, by the way.
I mean, Dune in theaters, HBO Max. Go see it. Spice World somewhere.
Why not in theaters?
Watch it at home. I'm
Is,
happy
it
that it's
stream-
at home.
is Spice World even streaming anywhere?
I don't think so, but I have it on Voodoo.
Anybody want to
To-
pay for that? Netflix ain't picked that up yet.
To Jared's
Maybe Amazon
point,
Prime.
to Jared's
Spice World
point,
party at
it's
Otto's
slow.
house.
That's right. Come through.
There you go.
To Jared's point, it is slow, but you can watch it on HBO Max, half an hour chunks. Relax, watch it at your own leisure. It's a good story. It's just
That's how I did
it. It does kind of drag. This man watched it across 2 days.
Right.
You can make it work.
I watched it. Took a break at the hour point. Came back, and then finally finished it up. And I was like, all right,
There you go.
And I say he did a better job than Snyder, probably because it was less slow mo. I think that's what really did it for
needed
me.
more slow mo. I'll be honest.
No more slow mo and the operatic singers by the water. We good.
Oh my god, the fucking Wonder Woman opera chants and shit.
and your man coming out the oily bathtub talking to Drax butt naked was a little creepy.
I was erotic. What's the problem?
He was like,
"What's the problem, bro?"
Kill them all.
It's called Art, you uncultured swine.
Exactly, bro.
Oh, okay. No doubt. But like I said, Dune, like I said, it was okay. It's not for me, so don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that, check it out.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about Eternals next week, so we might be having the same conversation again. Who knows? But that's all we got on Dune.